Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Redstone projects, that is. And today I have made an arrow shooting minigame, which can be played with 2 or 3 players, and you shoot a target and you get different amount of points, and first player to 300 points wins. I may add things in the future, such as different amounts to score to go to, like you may be able to play for more points or less points and stuff like that. I could add more player slots in the future, but this is all I have for now. Got the banners with choose players text on them, so I'm gonna set it to 2 players, and then the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over here, because each time a person steps on these places, that torch will turn off, and once all the torches are turned off, it'll start the startup sequence. So just, a basic little thing, but I want to play with 1 player, so I'm just gonna knock out that torch. So there isn't an option for 1 player because 1 player doesn't really work, but I know how to make it so it will work, because there's a button to fix lag, but that'll just make it so it'll skip the other person's turn. But here, let me show you. And if I'm demonstrating, I can't be in adventure mode like it just put me in, so I needed to do game mode 1 so I can demonstrate this. So basically, you're put in here, you put in this glass thing, you're required to get in the minecart to shoot your arrow, because if you're not in the minecart and you try and shoot it, it'll say, get in the minecart to shoot your arrow. It's like, oh dang, okay, let me get in the minecart. Okay, now you can shoot your arrow with ease. Boom! Alright, I hit the iron blocks like a pro for 30 points, nice. So I got 30 points in the sidebar. Bullseye is worth 50, I think, and then diamond shot is worth 75 if you hit the diamond blocks. And stone brick is worth nothing, so it's very risky. Because if you go for bullseye, I mean, it's less points, but if you miss bullseye, I mean, you still get a good amount of points. But if you miss diamond shot, that's it, 0 points. So instead of the next player going, all I could do is just fly over here and, like, say I'm player 2, because this is supposed to be a 2-player game. Say I'm player 2. Alright, I'm player 2. I'm going. I'm player 2. Here we go. And then, boom. But it still says me because he was the nearest player. And now player 1 goes again, so it boots me in. So it works good. But let's say, because the way I use it is a hopper system with cooldown times and such. So in case you're on a laggy server in 1.8, it still is not bugless. So say the item got stuck in between hoppers, you press this button and it'll advance the item 1 hopper down. Of course, that's not enough to switch the turn, so you press it again. And now it has skipped an entire turn. And I just need to press it 3 to get more. And now this one, it should finally do my turn here. And boom, there we go. Bill might survive, it's your turn to shoot. So yeah, basically, you just keep shooting. I'll show you what diamond shot is like. Once you get far enough away, because it uses a nearest player thing to get rid of the arrow if you're not in a minecart, I can actually go up to it and just shoot the thing. Diamond shot plays that cool sound. And then I can also go up here, because right now I'm playing as player 2 now. I can shoot this. Boom. And now I am right here. And now it's going back to player 1. Says player 1, it's your turn to shoot. Alright, so that's basically the gist of it. You can play with 3 players and it rotates the turn, and the button works for everything and all of that. And that's the victory place. And I'm terrible at building, so I couldn't really make a very good victory place where the winner gets teleported to with the giant thing and fireworks that says you win and stuff. So I just have this, and it's a bit weird. Sometimes it's laggy, but that could just be my computer because I'm recording. My computer runs weird. Like, single-player worlds will be laggy, but my FPS will be really good. It's strange. So here we go. Time to show you what happens when you win. But instead of wasting time just shooting the target over again, I could just do what I know how to do and just set build, mine, survive to score. I think it's score. No, it's points. Points to 300. Boom. And now, well, I'd be in adventure mode, so I'd fall down, and I have resistance, so I won't take any damage. It'll say game over. It'll play the Ender Dragon death noise. Fireworks will go everywhere. It'll say game over, flashing in a bunch of different colors. And then everyone will be teleported back to the lobby here. Map reset in progress. And there's glass, because it's resetting. They don't want you to do anything when it's resetting. So, yeah, you just wait a little while, and map is reset. So now the glass is gone. We can pick 3 players. We can pick 2 players. Lag seems to be diminished for now. And so, yeah, this is all that the fixed lag is. You just press the button, and all it will do is just put a redstone block and then set it to air. But now I'll show you how this works. So we'll start out with how it detects when an arrow's in a certain block. Now, if you go on a wiki, this tag is not there for some reason. On the wiki, the tag for this it's not there. So, and it only works with test 4 commands. It doesn't work with like execute or anything. So test for at entity type equals tile. That's in a redstone block. Basically, that's the tag, in tile, colon, and then you do the parentheses, redstone block. And then if it successfully tests for an error in a redstone block, it'll start the sequence. I figured out the problem. When I was doing a little work earlier on this map, I forgot the Minecraft colon redstone block. For some reason you need that. So now if I shoot a redstone block, because of, well, it lags. For some reason it's a bit laggy. Yeah, there we go. Now it says bullseye. I don't know why it's being so laggy right now. Like, this will randomly stop, and I think it makes my recording stutter too, which is really annoying. Yep. So yeah, it tests for what tile it's in, and then it runs things like it gives the nearest player, which would be you in the minecart, and then it does the title to everyone, and then it says the nearest player got the bullseye for 50 points. And after all that has run, because it's only on a 2-tick delay, there's this thing down here that tests for an arrow in the world. So once there's an arrow within a 20 block radius, meaning after you shoot it, there will be a 1-tick and then a 2-tick, and then so basically a total of 6 ticks, and then there's a blank command block because I was gonna put something there and then I ended up not. Then it'll teleport you back 7 blocks, and it'll kill any arrows within a 75 block radius. And here is my turn system. Right now I have it set to 2 turns. If it was set to 3 turns, it'd be another thing that looked exactly like that here, and this block would be over here. But right now, there's nothing here. So basically, every time there's an arrow, this redstone torch will shut off, which will allow an item to move down 2 more spaces, and that will trigger the next turn. And every time an arrow is shot close enough to the target, this will trigger and it'll move down 2 more spaces. And let's say you're on a laggy server and it only moved down 1 space because of a glitch. You could just press that button and it'll shut off and turn off the redstone torch again and let it move down 1 more slot. And all these command blocks right here, this is just the end sequence. That's all it is. All of this that just runs this way and that way, and starts from over here and then runs all the way down that way. All of these command blocks that you can see right now, those are just like for the end sequence. But what starts the end sequence is this. And I hope my recording just didn't lag there. But what starts the end sequence is this. A test for at any player that has a score minimum of 300, and that's it. And then it'll say that person has won over and over and over and over and over again until it finally resets. And when the map resets, what it will do is it'll put hoppers underneath here. It'll turn off that torch, and any items that are in these hoppers will drain down through, and then it'll delete the hoppers, and so there'll be no items in these hoppers again. And so yeah. And also, another thing about how these turns work, after turn 1 goes and turn 2 goes, this is not turn 3. This is what puts another block in this starting hopper over again, which starts the sequence all over again. And there's a bunch of chests here, because, well, I could have a fancy system to delete the item, but I was lazy, so I just put a bunch of chests with hoppers. Just because, I mean, I don't think anyone's going to play this game, enough times to even fill up, like, a stack. I mean, if you love this game so much to fill up all these chests, I would be very, very impressed. I just use a stone block because that goes through the hoppers because I'm lazy. So yeah, all I would do, I could extend this more, like out this way, say, if a lot of you actually wanted a more player game, I mean, I could do it, but it would take a lot of work by me, and I would only do it if people demanded it. So yeah, leave a comment if you want more players in the future. There's a bunch of things that say relating to which one you hit, and so like say you hit the lapis, say blah blah blah, got lame lapis for only 4 points, and so it would give you 4 points. And over here, if you hit stone brick, which is horrible, nearest player flopped and got only measly nether brick for 2 points. Yeah, just kind of fun stuff like that. And this one is test for stone brick. Oh, and that one's another diamond shot thing. Say, nearest player gets no points at all for hitting stone brick. And there's nothing else with that. No dings, no whistles, no nothing. So, yeah. That's most of the redstone for over here for how the target works. How it detects it, and then it deletes the arrow using that. But, and how the turns work. But for the minecart and stuff, also, I didn't mention this, but if you kill the minecart, yeah, if you kill the minecart, a new one will spawn, and then it'll start circling around again. So, yeah, there's that. And this is the redstone for the what's it called? For you have to be in the minecart to shoot the arrow. this is how it works. Basically, right now, it's killing any arrows within a 16 block radius, which is more than enough to kill any arrows you shoot. But as soon as you're in a minecart, this will stay on, so it's not a repeating signal, so that any arrows you shoot will not get deleted as long as this command block is true, meaning you're within a 1 block radius of a minecart. Technically, you don't need to be in the minecart, just within a 1 block radius. And so if you're lucky and you time it right, you can actually shoot without being in the minecart, but you know, it's kind of cheating. And so it tests for, and then also to replace the minecart, just tests for a minecart within a 20 block radius. If there's not a minecart, it'll just summon one on the tracks again. So that's how that works. And then also how the teams work, or not the teams, the number of players and how it switches. So basically when you join, it will say it'll set your score. It'll give you a score of a dummy score that's named player 3, and it'll give you a score of 1 for that. And that's how I keep track of how who's playing and who's not. So let me just fix that. So if you step on there, it'll give you a score. Like see how that is score to win is 300 over there on the right. But if you're if you're player 3, it'll be a score that's called player 3, and you'll have 1 point in that. That's how this works. So like let me just go over this real quick again. So it'll say the nearest player with a score of player 1. So if you're player 1, you'll have a score of player 1 that is equal to 1. It'll say it's your turn to shoot because you stepped on the pressure plate and got a score of player 1 that's equal to 1. And then it'll teleport the person with a score of player 1 of 1, and it'll teleport you to where the minecart is, and then it'll give you 64 arrows. It'll give player 1 64 arrows, and same thing with player 2. And then also, if you're playing with 3 players, there's also these 3 command blocks that normally go right here, and if you select 3 players, it'll clone those command blocks right there, and it'll clone that command block to right here, so that it'll work with 3 players if you want it to. So let me just go over. This is the one for 3 teams, and so yeah, it'll clone that, and then it'll put a stone pressure plate on the player 3 slot, because there is not one when you have it selected to 2 players. That way nobody can even get in there. And then it'll also clone, like I said, it'll clone the 2 different command blocks. So there's 2 different clone commands for well, not 2 command blocks. There's 4 command blocks, but 2 command blocks to clone them. And then there's also a blank one that I didn't need. I thought I would need it because there's a couple of those around here. And then it'll set block 756 minus 5 to redstone torch, which is the player 3 slot, which is right there. So there'll be a torch there, which will allow it to work. And then it'll say set for 3 players, and it'll say note.pling, and there'll be a title, because to have a subtitle, you have to have a title playing at the same time. So yeah, I didn't want it to be big, poofy in your face, so I just wanted like a small subtitle. So I needed a blank title for a subtitle to go along with. Yep, and that's how that works. Pretty much the same thing on this side, except instead of placing a redstone torch here, it gets rid of one, and it deletes the blocks from there instead of clones new ones there. So let me just show you how that works again. So if I set it to 3 players, let me just do that. You can look over here, and now there's 3 sets and 1 command block over there. But if I set it to 2 players, game set for 2 players. Now there's just 2 and then 1 again. So pretty different stuff. And that's pretty much how this works. You can test out your bow skills with your friends and hit this target while riding in a minecart, so it makes it a little bit harder. And yeah, I'm gonna play the end sequence again and watch. Oh man, those pretty fireworks. Build Mine Survive as 1. That's what I like to see in the chat. And of course I can't do really colored chat. Because I want it to say which player has won, and I can't use colored. I have to use Telraw to have a colored chat, and I can't say the nearest player has won and make it colored. So that's why it has to be just normal boring chat. So yeah, that's basically it. That's my Redstone project that I've been working on for a while. It's an arrow shooting minigame. I've also got a bunch of updates coming up for my Kit PvP game. That's got a ton of stuff going on for it. I've added things like fireballs and experience places you can stand, and there's been a lot of updates to the map. It looks way better now. I'm gonna do an update video on that and probably update the map. I guess that's it for this episode of Redstone Projects. And do you like my Santa hat and the Christmas spirit? Got a little Santa hat on. pretty neat. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Hope you'll give this a download and a diamond on Planet Minecraft. I worked hard on it. It took me a while. I had a really basic version of this game before with 3 mini targets, and it was extremely rudimentary. It took like 10 command blocks, and I'm like, you know what? I think I'll hype this up, and so I made this, and I think it looks a bit more complicated, and it works much better. So yeah, spent a lot of time on this. I worked hard on it. I'd appreciate it if you checked out the link in the description for the Planet Minecraft page where you can download this. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. There's also resistance, so you can't be like killing other players while you're playing. And yeah, that's pretty fun. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Minecraft Redstone Projects, and I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye, everybody. Woo! Yeah. Oop, broke the lamp. Bye.